let's start specification. Specification to estimate the strength of riveted joint and to ensure safe design. The specification for pitch and edge distance should be as per IS 800 1984 and must be observed strictly. So now here diameter. So when you talk about the diameter, as already discussed, there are two type of diameter. First one is the gross diameter and second one is the nominal diameter. So gross diameter is the dia of the hole. Gross dia is the dia of hole and nominal dia is the dia of your rivet. Nominal dia, that is the dia of rivet. So now for here, what is the this is the specification for the gross dia. So when the rivet dia is less than 25 or less than equal, remember this is the less than equal. If rivet dia is less than equal 25 mm, so here the D, that is the gross, this is the D, that is the gross dia, equal to 5, that is the rivet dia plus 1.5 mm. Remember here this is the 5 should be greater than less than or equal to 25 mm. So here what we have to increase, we have to increase by 1.5 mm. So now when your phi is greater than 25 mm, means rivet dia is greater than 25 mm, so you have to increase by the dia of your gross dia of 22 mm. So you have to increase gross dia by 2 mm. So remember here this is the 25 mm, less than equal to 25 mm, greater than 25. So now next is the gauge. Next one is the gauge. So here it is the distance between the adjacent rivet line or center to center distance between two consecutive rivets measured along the width. So here this is your width and this is your length. So now you can say here this is your force is applied. Here force is applied. These two forces are applied here. Two forces are applied. So now here this is the direction of the rivet here. So here in the direction of width. So we have this is called gauge. So in the direction of width this is called the gauge. So now here when you talk about the pitch, that is the distance between the center of two consecutive rivets measured along a row of rivets. A row referred to the line of rivet placed parallel to, remember this is the parallel to stress. Okay, so row line means parallel to stress. If here this is the force are applied, if the force is applied here and here, so now these are the rivets row, and here this called gauge and this distance called pitch. Remember this distance, gauge and pitch, are the center to center distance between the rivets. Center to center distance. Now here the minimum pitch. So now we have to define what should be the minimum pitch. What should be minimum pitch? Actually, when you are going to design the rivets, so it should be maximum and the minimum, so that failure should not occur frequently due to riveting. So here the minimum pitch, that is the distance between the center of hole, that is, remember, that is the center of hole, should not be less than 2.5 times the nominal dia of rivet. This is the nominal dia of the rivets. Now maximum pitch, that is the distance between the center of two consecutive rivets in the direction of stress should not exceed 16T or 200 mm. Remember this is the 16T or 200 mm, this is for tension member, or 12T or 200 mm, that is for compression member. Whichever is less, इनमें से जो भी कम होगा, that is the 16T, that is the T is the thickness of thinner member, that is the T equal to thickness of thinner member. T is the thickness of thinner member. That is the for tension member, that is the 16T or 200 mm. 16T, let's say that is the 20. T is the 20 mm की thickness है, thinner member 20 है. 16 into 20, that is the 300 mm or 320 or 200 mm. So whichever is less. तो less कौन सा है? 200 mm. So here the maximum pitch should be 200 mm. So now for tack rivet, should not exceed 32T or 300 mm, whichever is less. That is already discussed perhaps. So here let's start. That is the strength of riveted joint. So now here the strength of rivet in shear. So here first we have to make the concept what is the shear. Okay, so you have already studied about the shear. So now let's again, for your remind purpose, now we are going to discuss the shear. Actually let's discuss about the lap joint. So this is your lap joint, and now here this is your rivet. This is your rivet. So now here what happens, see this section, this is the joint between the first member and the second member. So now here what happens, here the A force, here this force trying to pull this member in this direction and this force try to pull in this direction. So what happens, here shear will develop. So now we are going to find ultimately the shear strength of rivet. So now here the strength of rivet in shear. So let's nominate, see the nomination. That is the nomenclature, that is the PS, or sometimes written is the FS. No matter, that is F, that is the force, S in shear, that is the P, that is the P called as the force, that is the strength of riveted joint. D is the gross dia. Always remember D is the gross dia, not the nominal dia. Tau V is the permissible shear stress. Tau V is the permissible shear stress, that is the already discussed. So N is the number of rivet on each side of plate, and N is the number of rivet in one pitch length. Now here the single shear. So and second one is the double shear. So first make the concept. So when you are going to consider in a lap joint, so this called your single shear. So single shear means this. Here see that this force. So here the shear occur at only one place, and the whole force, supported if F is applied here, so now shear due to this force is only at this place. So this called single shear. So let's again first discuss the single shear. So now again the single shear, for single shear, so strength of rivet, that is the cross sectional area multiplied by the permissible stress. So cross sectional area, that is as you know, cross sectional area. So if D is the dia, so the cross area equal to pi by 4 into D square, and the permissible stress is the tau Vf, that is already given. So if you multiplied all these things, so pi by 4 into D square into tau Vf. So again unit is the Newton. So here strength, this is the strength of your rivet in shear. So now if N rivet has been given, okay, so strength of riveted joint N rivet, if N rivet has been applied in a joint, so Fs or Ps equal to N into pi by 4 into D square into tau Vf. Okay, just wait. So now here if N dash, here see that N dash is the number of rivet in one pitch length, and this is the number of rivet in one pitch length. So now here strength per pitch length, that is the N dash multiplied by pi by 4 into D square into tau Vf. Okay, sometime tau F, no matter. So now for double shear, now let's discuss what is the double shear. So for double shear, double shear strength of one rivet. So now let's discuss where the double shears develop. So now we have remember the butt joint. Okay, so butt joint, see that this is a member, and now here this is the two member. Now we are going to connect this by using the cover plates. So now here this is your rivet, and now here provide the rivets. See that what happens if here a force is applied and here force is applied. Suppose this is a tension force. Now here what happens, see that shear will develop here, and shear will develop here. Here for the same forces, if F is applied, suppose that here the shear tau is developed. So now this tau by 2, that will take the total force. Means the here in the butt joint, in the lap joint, here that is the one section. So here all forces are taken by the only this section. Here see that in the butt joint there are the two shear section. Now if you are going to pull this, so what happens, let's force is applied here in this direction. So now here see that this direction, so one tower here and one tower here. Okay, so now here this called your double shear, means this rivet in double shear. One shear are here first, and this is your second shear. So now strength of one rivet. So here again that is the cross-sectional area multiplied by the shear, permissible stress. Okay, permissible stress. So now here, so 2 into pi by 4 into d square into tau Vf हो गया ये. तो that is for single shear multiplied by 2, because here see that here the shear strength is increased by 2. Here shear strength increased by 2 because these forces are divided in the two parts. Okay, or here shear will develop and here shear will develop. So it will take 2 times the shear. So here that's called your double shear. So strength of one rivet, that is the 2 times the single shear. Now strength of riveted joint n rivets, so that is the 2 into n for the n rivets into pi by 4 into d square into tau Vf. Suppose that now here more than 2 rivets are applied, more than here this is the mid section. So now if here 2 rivets are, there are 2 rivets, so now here 2 into pi by 4 into d square into tau Bf, that is n is the number of rivets. So now strength of rivets joint per pitch length. Okay, pitch length already discussed what is the pitch. So per pitch length के हिसाब से if you are going to calculate for pitch length, so 2 into n dash, that is the number of rivets in one pitch length, into pi by 4 into d square into tau Vf. Okay, so now here let's start. Next one is the, so hope you have already understand the concept of shear. It's nothing but remember where shear develop here. So it try to cut this rivet. Simple, if we take the simple, so shear कैसे कट करता है, जैसे हमने आप पहले डिस्कस किया कि जैसे shear जिस रॉड होती है, ये रॉड है, इसको कट करने के लिए क्या करते हैं, यहाँ पे एक और ऊपर से थोड़ी से मारते हैं, तो ये यहाँ से कटता है. See that this cross section. So a cross section, that is the pi by 4 into d square, that is the area, and in multiplied by tau v, that is the shear develop. यदि ये फोर्स इससे ज़्यादा नहीं होगा तो ये कटेगा नहीं. Same, that is the shear. So now by this method we are going to calculate the strength of shear developed in the rivet. Okay, or shear strength of rivet. So now here let's discuss again the strength of your rivet in bearing. Strength developed rivet in the bearing. So here PB, that is P represent force, B represent bearing, again F represent force, B represent bearing. So here that is the strength of riveted joint in bearing. Strength of riveted joint in bearing. D again that is the gross dia. T is the thickness of thinner member in lap joint, or thickness of main plate, or sum of cover plate thickness, whichever is less. Actually T is the thickness of thinner member. So now here for the butt joint, for lap joint, we have to take the thickness of thinner member. Suppose that here if the thickness is here, this is the T1 and this is a T2. So इसमें से जो भी कम होगा, जिसकी भी thickness कम होगी, that we have to take. But for the lap butt joint, see that here this is your butt joint. Let's again make it. So this is your two joints. Okay, these are called main plate. Here this one and this one called main plate, and this called cover plate. So now here this cover plate, sometimes for design purpose we have to take the main plate are the same, but due to some reason it can be different thickness, and here cover plate of the same thickness, but due to design consideration or due to some major problems it can be different. So now what we have to take the for the butt joint, the thickness of thinner member, again it says the main plate, here main plate, or here sum of cover plate. So suppose that this is the TC and this is the TC, that is the 2 TC, main plate or 2 TC, whichever is less, इनमें से जो भी कम होगा we are going to take that. So now let's come on the topic again. Sigma PF, that is the permissible bearing stress, that is the N, that is the number of rivet on each side of joints, and dash, that is the number of rivet in per pitch length or one pitch length. So now again we have already discussed what is the bearing strength. If you do not remember, go for the previous video. So now what is the bearing? Again let's discuss the bearing strength of rivet is the force that can exerted on it by the section through which it passes. Okay, so through which it passes. So let's consider this section. So this is your rivet and this is the plate 1, plate 2. So now here the force are passes. See that if the tension forces are applied, so here the force is applied in this direction and here the force is applied in this direction. So here the forces are exerted in this direction here, and here for this forces are exerted in this direction. Okay, so now here the forces, this is the cylindrical, this is the total cylindrical. So we have to take the area of cylinder, but due to design purpose, okay, so here the bearing area is cylindrical, but for the computational purpose the projected area is considered as rectangular. So for design purpose we have to take it is a rectangular section. So here this is the cylindrical section. If you take out, so it will be like that. So here if you take this part, so this will be like that. This is the cylindrical, but for the computational purpose we have to take like that. So this is your D and this is your T. T, that is the thickness of thinner plate, T. Okay, जो भी thinner plate होगा. So now here again FB or PB equal to projected area multiplied by the permissible bearing stress. FB or PB equal to projected area multiplied by the permissible bearing stress. So projected area already discussed, that is the D into T, that is the D into T into sigma B, that is the bearing stress, or D into T into sigma pf. No matter, both are correct. Here nomenclature are different, no matter. Hope you have understand. If any problem, ask me on the Google Classroom. Okay, so now here is strength of riveted joint. Okay, if n rivet has been placed on this joint, so what is the strength? So that is the n into d into t into sigma pf or sigma b, r multiplied by sigma b, no matter. So here strength of riveted in tearing, strength of riveted joint in tearing. Okay, so what happens if you going to take the tear? Tear means फाटना. So if यदि हम किसी चीज़ पे प्रेशर लगाते हैं, उस पर यदि जो हमारा फोर्स है उसके परमिसिबल स्ट्रेस से ज़्यादा होता है तो क्या कहते हैं, वो फट जाता है. So now here this is the plate and we have applied 3 rivets. See that 1, 2, 3 rivets. Okay, so rivets applied means there is the hole. There is the hole. So here this is solid plate. Here this is B. That is the B is the width. This is the width of the plate, and here T, sometimes T is the thickness of the plate, no matter. So now here if you take the solid plate, so what is the strength of the solid plate? Okay, so that is the, again if you take the cross section multiplied by the permissible stress, that is the total force that can bear by the solid plate. Okay, so that is the B into T into F T or sigma T, no matter, sigma T, that is the sigma T. So now here again, so PT or FT, that is the strength of rivet in tearing, that is S. Here this is the, again remember this is the center to center distance. S is the pitch of the rivet, B is the width of rivet, N is the number of rivet in section under consideration, N is the number of rivets in section under consideration, D is the gross dia of rivet, sigma AT is the permissible tensile stress, sigma AT, that is the permissible tensile stress, that is the taken is the 0.6 Fy, that is the taken as the 0.6 Fy. Now PT is the net area along the section. So PT, that is the force, that is tearing strength of the plate, that is the net area along the section multiplied by the permissible tensile stress in the plate. Okay, so now here sometimes due to design purpose we have to consider the various shape of riveting or various pattern of riveting. So we have to check at least critical section. So let's here, if this is your plate, now here it can be riveting pattern, here it can be riveting pattern. So we have to check at the every here critical section, so that here the force is not greater than the permissible or force taken by the plates, or it will be fail. So now here, so now we are going to take the here stresses or tearing strength of the plate, that is the B, that is the width, of the plate, minus N into D. N is the number of rivet, 1, 2, 3, N is the number of rivet, here in this case N equal to 3, and D is the gross dia of rivet, D is the gross dia of rivet into T multiplied by sigma AT. Actually what happens if you make hole, so suppose that if you take okay, if you take here, if you hole here, if you take hole here, so what happens, this if you applied force, so now here this is the hole, this is the hole, and this is the hole. So here this section is weak, this section are weak, so here most probably the failure will occur by this section. So now you are going to find which section is failure, which section is weak. So now you have to check at every section which can be weak. Okay, so that is the your strength, tearing strength of your plate. Next is the strength of joint. Here strength of joint oblique per pitch length. So here strength of joint per pitch length. So this is the S minus D, that is again pitch length. S is the center to center, this is pitch length. S minus D into T into sigma AT. Okay, so here hope you have understand the rivet, that is the tearing strength. Now next is the rivet value. Rivet value, the minimum strength of a rivet in shear or bearing is called rivet value. So here when you talk about the shear bearing, that is the shear, that is the pi by 4 into d square into tau Vf, and in bearing d into t into Fb. So whichever is less, इनमें से जो भी कम होगा, that's called your rivet value. That's called your rivet value, and you have to design on that value. Okay, now efficiency of joints. Actually, what is the efficiency? So actually, so when you are going to design any member, so now where is the joint? So we are going to provide the joints where it's not possible to extend that length, or we do not have sufficient length, member of sufficient length. So now we are going to add that member by using the connections. So we increase the length by using the connections. So what happens? So we are going to find if any member are without, suppose that here. So here this is the section, and now you have to continue this. We are going to add that, and now again this is the continue. So again we are going to find the efficiency. So it's the simple, this is the ratio of riveted strength of riveted joint oblique strength of solid plate. This is the strength of riveted joint. So strength of riveted joint, whichever is minimum in, that is the shear, in bear or in tear, जो भी इसमें से कम होगा उसका, that is the strength of riveted joint oblique strength of solid plate. So that called the efficiency of your joints.